How can a landing page inspire trust from the very first seconds of a load time? Now, should a landing page say not just who it is for, but also who the product's not for? Well, today I'm joined by Haines, who was previously head of growth at Baremetrics, but is now running a really great community for marketers. It's high quality and it's called Swipe Files. You should definitely check it out. I'm going to put a link in the description and in the post as well. Now, in this conversation, we take a look at Fey App's landing page. And this is the first conversation in a number with Corey, and you can subscribe to get updates about that. Right, let's dive in. Cool. So I'm going to just reload this page just off the bat because I just think it's so good when you see it all in animation. And I hope when this video comes out on the other side, we catch us how slick it all is. I think this is the first thing that kind of leaped out to me from this page, actually, just how kind of nice and I just felt instantly like I could trust a company.
Yeah, that is interesting. That was my impression too, was coming up, it's pretty vague, and I think it's intentionally a little bit mysterious, but it's with the design and with the overall kind of feel and aesthetic, it just kind of immediately communicates like trust and like, oh, this is something new and interesting and high tech and professional. Even, you can kind of see the peak of the screenshot, but I just love even the detail, like the slant of the screenshot to where like it intuitively makes you want to scroll down so that you can see actually what's there. But yeah, overall, I mean, that's probably the strongest part of the page overall is the design. I mean, I was like blown away by just the animation and level of detail.
Yeah, I think it's a really challenging industry as well at the moment because there's just so much competition for anything around investment right now because everybody's just sat at home going like, hey, how do I make more money?
Yep.
And I think, establishing yourself as a brand that can be trusted by putting just a lot of work into your landing page is probably one of the best differentiators that you can have at this point. Because clearly the market's just crazy right now.
Yeah, I think so. And that's something that a lot of people have talked about, but the standard kind of the barrier for entry gets higher and higher and higher literally every day. So you come in with an amazing new product and you have a really crappy landing page or poor design, like you're already putting yourself in a bad position just because the bar is set so high, right? So customer expectations, people's perception, they require more and more. And so you have to put that work up front. In this case, they really blow you away. They go above and beyond, right? But you already have to meet that threshold just to kind of keep someone's attention.
Yeah, I also saw a couple of other apps in this sort of area recently, in a slightly separate area, but one which kind of this totally reminds me of is the linear.app page. That's a really great one as well. And you just get taken on this sort of visual journey as you scroll. And I think it's one of the sort of the unique things about designing a landing page is you really have not just copy, but also you have the visuals that you can kind of provide. You can also provide interactivity, and it's it equally the landing page is really meant to replace a direct sales pitch, and it just augments that as well. It's not even like a replacement for me. It's just so much better in general.
Yeah. It's very Apple-esque. The copy, I'm not even really a fan of the copy. The copy personally, this probably isn't for someone like me, but I have a hard time. If you were just to strip away all the screenshots and the mockups, I would have a really hard time understanding what exactly it is or feeling kind of compelled to take action just based off of the copy. But because they do such a good job with the design and with, show don't tell, like they have a lot of screenshots. They really reel you in, like you said, on this kind of visual journey. The copy doesn't matter as much. I think that it could be improved, but it also has a little bit of that Apple kind of mysterious, vague, kind of clever feel to it, which I think builds more intrigue.
Yeah, I pulled out the copy myself as kind of one thing that just didn't really resonate for me. I just asked myself frequently sort of who this is actually for. And the only clues that I really got are just the kind of the visuals that go with it. So it feels like it's it feels like it's for something for the kind of people who would normally be in a terminal window anyway, like
Right.
developers, right? So you've got Notion listed right there, and then you also just got this kind of this at your command thing. Normal people don't use keyboard shortcuts. It's tech people who use keyboard shortcuts extensively, and just that they've dedicated like so much of the page to the productivity of this thing. It's just, yeah, it's really only through this that I felt like I actually understood, hey, this product's probably for, tech people who are looking to put some of that money that they're making somewhere. um
Right. Right. I feel like my sort of philosophy is um, the landing page should not only tell who this is for, but also who it's not for. And I don't really get that impression of like, even I'm like, is this for someone like me? Like, could this replace Robinhood, for example, or like a very unsophisticated, unprofessional investor like myself? And it's not super clear. So my critique would be, that they could do a better job of showing who it's not for, maybe even going more extreme on kind of the exclusivity and premium feel so that people who are like me, maybe who are unqualified or maybe not their ideal customer, are turned away. And then their ideal customer is more invigorated to take action to get started. But it's intentionally a little bit vague. It kind of like is in the middle still.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I actually ended up by chance logging clicking this page right here, phase two on their thing, and this genuinely intrigued me also, mainly because I, in a previous job, ended up using some of the terminals that they're looking to replace here. And they are so bleak. The world is just a terrible place when you've got to use terminals like this. Um,
Mm.
and they're trying to replace it. And I have no idea what they're going to do. But it just feels like a premium product. And this one, weirdly, this landing page for me, I was just like, oh, hey, maybe, I mean, if I was investing, maybe this would be for me regardless
Mm.
of who I am. So I think you're really right about hey, this doesn't actually say who it's not for. That's maybe a weakness here, but I was just so blown away by the actual visuals on this page when you sent it to me. Very.
Yeah, visuals are amazing. They really do a good job of the show, don't tell. But yeah, I think that it could be clear on the copy side of things of
Yeah.
who this is for, who it's not for. And I think especially like you said, comparing it to something else, as soon as you had that terminal as kind of frame of reference to compare against,
Yeah.
then it gave you a little bit better understanding of what you can expect from it. But
Mhm.
because there's no comparison here, there is no alternative,
Right.
there's no frame of reference. It's a little bit harder to pinpoint exactly what they mean if they're going to use vague copy.
Yeah. All right. That's good. That was really interesting talking about Fey. Cheers. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, this quick conversation, then definitely subscribe. You can just click the button below and definitely share this with some friends. Cheers. See you again.